What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are once again back talking about expansion, and today in this expansion rebuild, we're going to be expanding the NBA to 36 teams. And not only are we going to do that, but after the expansion draft, we are going to take over the worst one and rebuild it from the ground up. Before we get in today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one, and of course subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 50,000 subs at the moment, and to get your help with that would be greatly appreciated. But I have taken the advice of a few people that have left obvious suggestions in the comment section. I went ahead and protected players that I think obviously the teams would protect. So these should be realistic protections. Like, there shouldn't be no like Bradley Beal or Levine in this expansion draft, so there won't be that anymore. So let's just go ahead and skip right past the draft. I'm taking over the worst expansion team possible. Whichever one we objectively think is the worst, that's one we'll take over. And of course, I'll also show you guys which ones or which teams I put in. So obviously, you're gonna have like Seattle and Las Vegas. I put those two teams in. But we have the San Jose Hype. We have the Seattle Sonics, obviously. We got the Cincinnati Lions, the Vancouver Huskies. Let's see what else we can find in here on this calendar. So we already saw that. Lions, we already saw. And then we got the Baltimore Bullets. That's another one. Obviously, Las Vegas Venom, of course, is still a staple. And I think that's about it. So, but let me just make sure. So obviously you got the Bullets, like I said. It's going to be also the Huskies, the Hype, and then you're going to have the Lions, as I mentioned. And then I think that's it, other than the Venom, Sonics, of course, and then the Venom, and that will be your 30, or those your 6 expansion teams. So let's see which one we think is the worst. So let's start with the Bullets. They got Andrew Nimbar, Jonathan Isaac, Alvarado, Andrew Wiggins, or that's Aaron Wiggins. I was going to say, I swore I protected Andrew Wiggins, but it's Aaron Wiggins, Gary Payton, and that is your Bullets roster. It's not great, obviously. So we'll have to see if we think that's the worst team, but let's keep looking just in case. Next is going to be, I believe, okay, it's the Huskies. So we got Jeff Green, Jalen Noel, Marcus Sasser, Jordan Hawkins, Torian Prince. I mean, I don't know if there really is a wrong answer. A lot of these rosters are going to be bad. Dinwiddie, Bogdan. This is easily the best one I've seen so far. Dinwiddie and Bogdan, obviously. And then you got, what else? So let's go to the Lions now. Kellen Olynyk, Wofford, Malik Beasley, Jabari Walker, Cameron Reddish, THT, Seth Curry, Kleba. Not a very good team there either. Damn, this is about to be tough, but this is the challenge that I wanted. Sonics, Gordon Hayward. I'm going to try not to take the Sonics or the Venom because I've obviously done those two teams. And then I think we have one more to look at, and that is the Venom. So, Doug Robinson. But I'm going to stay away from the Sonics and the Venom. So, I don't know if they're the worst, but I'm kind of intrigued to start the franchise with Jordan Hawkins. I'm not going to lie. And I believe that was with the Huskies. Yes, we're going to actually rebuild the Vancouver Huskies. We had to start with Marcus Sasser and Jordan Hawkins. So we're going to go ahead, make sure we're not using any of those other teams. We're just going to simply select the Vancouver Huskies. And that is the team we're rebuilding today. So Power Ranking's really bad. Obviously, we're a very, very bad team. I don't expect much this year. We're going to suck. But nonetheless, Jordan Hawkins should be able to go ball out, which is great. Is there any other young player here I need to be worried about? I see Colby Jones. We might as well go ahead and send him to the G, obviously. Ryan Rollins, 21. We could also do the same thing with him, potentially, which we could. Is there anybody else here that makes sense to do that with? We could send Jalen Williams down there as well, but at this point, we'll probably just send Colby Jones down there and call it good. So, I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. I guess we might as well boost Hawkins' shot tendency up, through the roof. We're going to need someone taking shots. I would love it to be Jordan Hawkins, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I also want Marcus Sasser taking a bunch of shots as well. So, I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. I think all these expansion teams should be really bad, so we should be guaranteed a lottery pick, but we'll see what happens. Of course, today's video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. Once you sign up for PrizePicks, this is what the interface looks like, whether it's your phone or if you're on the computer. They got all kinds of sports outside of just NBA. They got Euro League. They got CSGO, tennis, soccer. They have all kinds of stuff. So basically how it works is you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times their entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times their entry. It's as simple as this. Obviously, we have some in-season tournament games tonight. If you think Mitchell Robinson is going to score over 6 points, you simply click more on that projection. If you go all the way over to the 3-pointers made, you think Nurkic is going to hit a 3 tonight, you simply click more on that projection. As simple as that. It gives you an extra sweat while you watch basketball or whatever sport you want to watch. It's a lot of fun. I've been using PrizePicks since 2021. I swear by it. So if you want to sign up for PrizePicks, use my code down in the description below. Use code Crushables. Match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. And if you're already really serious about PrizePicks, I would definitely consider taking a look at DGF's optimizer and correlation tool. The optimizer basically scouts projections across the market, and it gives you discrepancies that you should take. Basically, if Prize Picks has it at 31.5 and some other sports book has it at like 33, take the over in Prize Picks. It's really cool. And then the other tool I really love is the correlation tool. It kind of gives you a game script of what's going to happen in the game. Football has been great for this. Last Thursday, last Monday, Sunday, I definitely had some 6-for-6s go from it. Basically, how it works is gives you a so if Dak Prescott, let's just explain it like this. If Dak Prescott's going to throw over for 279.5 yards, most likely that means Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb are going to hit their overs as well. Same thing with Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith. So it's as simple as this. Correlation is a really nice edge in fantasy or in Prize Picks. But if you want to take a look at either of these, I have their YouTube channel down in the description below. I have my sign up link as well. Go check them out. Learn about this if you want to. No pressure. But thank you to DGF and Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. And looking at some of these awards with 36 teams in here, we got most improved player going to Delano Banton. And then I thought I saw something else. No, I didn't. So it was just Delano Banton winning most improved. But All-NBA first team, obviously we're not going to have anybody from those expansion teams. There just wasn't anybody good enough. But Jordan Hawkins, of course, had a place here. And he averaged 16 points per game. So not too shabby. 16 points, 15 points. Mark Sasser was 17. I will say, now that I think about it, I think I might have made a mistake by not protecting Jordan Hawkins for the Pelicans. But they have so many guys that maybe he could slip through the cracks. But I don't know. Probably should have. At least it's not as bad as the last time. But yeah, I probably missed on that as well. So I apologize. But whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead. Someway the playoffs. Obviously, I don't expect any of the expansion teams to be in here. But we'll see who wins the championship. And it'll be interesting to see how these expansion teams rebuild their teams in the offseason. So Philadelphia goes on to win the championship. Retirements. Got Donis Haslem retiring. Let's go straight to the lottery. So draft lottery time. We're really bad. Obviously, a lot of these expansion teams are going to be in here as well. We have a 10% chance at getting the number one overall pick. We'll see what happens. So we are going to end up with number one. So we do get the number one overall pick, which is actually fantastic. Obviously, we need a full-on reset on our team. So I'm very, very happy about having number one overall. So staff signing, we are going to have Jake Thomas as our head coach. I think we're going to go ahead and fire him. He's not even real. We're going to go ahead and clear out this whole coaching staff. I think we can reset this as well. So starting from the ground up, head coach, who do you want leading the future? I mean, if Jenkins is going to be available, I would be totally fine with getting Taylor Jenkins. Ime Udoka is also an option, but we'll take Taylor Jenkins. And then, hey, if Will Hardy wants to be an assistant again, I will take him as well. So that's a great start to our coaching staff to build this team back from the ground up. So we'll start with that. And then we'll simply grab a wing whisperer, fill the rest of this out, and I will see you guys on draft night with who we're taking at number one. So at the end of year two, Alex Sarr does win Rookie of the Year, which is great to see. Love that for us. But other than that, nothing too much to see here. Obviously, won't make an All-NBA team by any means, but obviously all-rookie first team, which is great. Player stats, 19 from Alex Sarr. You had 18 from Sasser, 17 from Hawkins. So not too shabby. Pretty happy with that pick we got out of Alex Sarr. We're actually a lot better than I thought we'd be. We kind of almost snuck in as maybe a play-in team. A little bit under 500, but let's go ahead and see who wins the championship. So you got the Cavs and the Pelicans. Cavaliers go on to beat the Pelicans in 4. And now we got a huge offseason ahead of us. Mike Conley's going to retire on an expansion team, which is interesting. But another huge lottery. Obviously, we would love nothing more than to once again get really high there. But we are projected pick 11. So probably aren't going to get like a crazy good pick here, as we do end up at pick 13. So unfortunately, we're not getting like number one in this draft. So coaching staff, of course, is completely full. I love what I saw last year. I need to make sure. What did we finish at last year? I need to check, actually. So we finished at 37.45. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. But let's jump in the draft, and let's see what we're getting at pick number 13. So we have Florin. Can take another big man. I got Damian Sarr. So we can have Alex Sarr and Damian Sarr going forward. Aaron Bradshaw. I think I might end up taking Damian Sarr, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and take Damian Sarr here with this pick. And then we are also going to take whoever here in round 2. So we got Artie Morris, Rocco. Just give me Rocco. We'll call it a day. So big man out of Australia. Cooper Flag goes to New Orleans. We get Sarr and we get Rocco. So player options. Baldwin we're going to accept. And then I actually meant to decline Okoro, but whatever. Rollins and Christopher we're going to accept. And then free agency. We have money, which is great. So we could try to sign Evan Mobley. I'm going to throw some bags at these restricted free agents and see if we can get one. So Sasser, Hawkins, Colby Jones, Okoro, and then Alex Sarr. Obviously, Alex Sarr is here to stay, but every other position is open to me. So let's go ahead and figure out if Mobley can be a possibility. So I'm going to throw an offer at Evan Mobley. Most likely, it's going to get matched, but we'll throw one anyway. Jason Tatum, 27. I'm not sure we're ready to have him come in the building. Cade Cunningham, once again, I'll throw a bag at him. Scotty Barnes also would throw a bag at him. Jamal Murray, Jalen Green, Şengün. Is there anybody else here? Josh Giddey. I mean, I would love to get Josh Giddey if it wasn't for what's going on right now, but I guess I'll avoid him today. And then Trey Murphy. Although he hasn't gotten in trouble for it, so I don't know. I'm still going to avoid it. Jalen Green also is an option, so I'm going to go ahead and give Jalen Green an offer as well. And then Barnes, I would not mind throwing an offer at Scotty Barnes either. So we're going to go ahead and throw an offer at Barnes, and we're going to see if one of these restricted free agents can come over to Vancouver. I don't know if we're going to get them to, but we're going to try. So we're going to offer Scotty Barnes as well, throwing a bag at 4 restricted free agents. So we do get all 4 of them to sign, but will they get matched is the question. So Cavaliers match, Pistons match, Rockets match, and Raptors match. So we're not getting any of them at all. So Şengün, Franz Wagner, Cameron Thomas, Josh Giddey, Jalen Suggs. I mean, Suggs is not really what I'm looking for. I thought I was going to be able to get somebody good. Don't really want to sign a 35-year-old Jimmy Butler. Don't want to sign a 33-year-old Kyrie. I could sign Brunson, of course. He could be the foundation. I kind of just want someone younger. Şengün, Franz Wagner is also an option, I guess, if Orlando is going to match that. Cam Thomas is a stud in 2K. It would be interesting to bring him in since he's 85 overall, but not really sure I want him to be the guy. But it sounds fun. I'm just not really sure if I can really get behind that. Is there anybody else here that I should be looking for? Maybe I'm not looking to sign my star just yet. Maybe instead we should be looking to sign the supporting role players if there's anything out here that makes sense. So right now, Jalen Suggs does not seem like a bad option. 10 points per game. He's obviously not great, but I mean, he's asked for $28 million is kind of the issue, though. I'm not really sure I'm going to give him $28 million. Trey Murphy, also love him as a wing player for us. 12 points. You know what? I'm going to sign Trey Murphy. Just came back from injury. We're going to give him a deal. 4 year, 17.5. I don't know if New Orleans might match that. They may. Let's go LeVert, Bones Highland, Joe, Quentin Grimes, Mo Wagner. Quentin Grimes, obviously, of course, another really solid starter if we wanted him. Jaden Hardy, Isaiah Jackson, Looney Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga turns into a stud. 22 years old. We might throw a bag at Kuminga. Might be my best option here, to be honest with you. So you know what? We're also going to go throw a bag at Kuminga. Why not? All right, so we're going to see Murphy gets matched. Kuminga does not. So we're going to get Jonathan Kuminga here to come to Vancouver. So we're going to go ahead and offer him a lot of money to come over. And then, once again, we're just kind of stuck with what's left. And there's not much as far as what I want on the timeline. Brunson could be interesting. We brought him in. I mean, do we want to just accelerate this bad boy and sign Brunson? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Let's do it. He's the best option I see. Giddey would be my 100% choice, but I don't really want to make anyone upset. So I'm going to go ahead and just sign Brunson. Jalen Brunson, 28 years old. Not really my ideal choice here as far as the timeline is concerned, but we'll take it. So we get Jalen Brunson as our big free agent addition. We got Jordan Hawkins, Colby Jones still, Okoro, Kuminga, Baldwin. So now we pretty much have a solid starting 5. And then we could even move Colby Jones to the 3 because he's 6'6", and I think I can get away with it. So we're going to do that, and that will be our offseason. Not the most ideal offseason in the world. I wanted someone a little bit better than Brunson, or at least younger. Brunson's still really good, don't be wrong. So we shouldn't be upset about getting Brunson. I'm not like complaining by any means. But Brunson should give us a little bit of a culture where we're going to be a win now team. So if there is the ability to strike on a big trade at the deadline, then maybe we got to pounce on it to get help with Brunson. Kind of depends how the team is doing though. I think we are looking to accelerate things. We're 32-19 at the trade deadline, and things are going very, very well. And I saw a very interesting little nugget that I wanted to go for. We have assets, we have some young pieces, and we're going to try for it. So looking at team intel, I find it very interesting to see. Well, the Celtics, they suck, and guess who could become available? That is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is very much beloved in 2K. We have cap space, and I think we should be able to bring him in. So we're going to go ahead and offer Jaylen Brown a sweet little, we're going to offer the Celtics a sweet little deal for Jaylen Brown. So Okoro's contract in here. We're going to need $32 more million in here, which we might have to throw Kuminga in here, which I'm not opposed to. Although he's averaging 20 points per game this season. But if we can get Jaylen Brown, I think we do it. So Okoro, Kuminga, and then I'll throw my first round pick this year. Not that these are very valuable, but we'll throw them in here anyway, and we'll see if that gets the deal going. Jordan Hawkins, I wouldn't love throwing in here. Colby Jones, maybe. Let's say we did that for Brown. I don't think they're going to accept. Oh, wow. They accepted that. We got Brown pretty easily. So Jaylen Brown, welcome to Vancouver. So now we have a big three of Sarr, Brunson, and Jaylen Brown. Sarr was not expecting to compete right when he got in the league, but here we are now. So that obviously weakens our power forward spot. But once you get Jaylen Brown, who's loved in 2K so much, I don't think you can pass on that. So I love that a lot for us. Brunson, Brown, Sarr, Sasser, Jalen Williams, Christopher, Colby Jones. Now, do we find a way to make our power forward position better is the question. Baldwin could be the starter this year, but it's not really my ideal scenario. So let's say we go for power forward maybe from somewhere. I'm looking for just a starter. So maybe Grant Williams is somebody we can get, shooting 50% from 3 this season. I don't know what they'd want for Grant Williams, but they want Christopher straight up for Grant Williams. I'm so down for that if they want to do that. Mac, Baldwin, and Christopher. They give me a first-round pick. You know what? We're going to go ahead and probably do this trade where we get Baldwin and Christopher. Actually, let's just do the Christopher one. Josh Christopher for Grant Williams. You got yourselves a deal, and now we have Grant Williams as a starting 4. So I feel a little bit better about that. Rotation's looking good. I'll see you guys at the end of year whatever this is. I think it's year 3. So we're already ready to go contend, hopefully anyway. At the end of the season, we actually fell off quite a bit once I made that trade for Jaylen Brown. So maybe I made a mistake by doing that, but we'll see what happens. 25, 21, 18, 15, and 13. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get out of the play-in. We are going to lose to the Baltimore Bullets, and now we get to play the Cincinnati Lions to get the right to go into the playoffs. So we're going to go 8-man rotation, backs against the wall. For whatever reason, I may have ruined our chemistry. We were really good at the deadline, and then after I made the trade for Jaylen Brown, things are starting to slip through the cracks, but potentially we could get out of the play-in here and go on to the playoffs. And right now, it was close, but we do beat them. Now we get the Hawks. So I feel like we have a chance to maybe pull off an upset. I wouldn't say we're going to, but I wouldn't rule anything out. So my current round, and we are going to win game 1, but we are going to be up 3-2. Do we beat them in 6? Yes, we do. So we are an 8th seed, but we beat the Hawks, and now we get the Knicks. So the New York Knicks, of course, we stole Jalen Brunson from them, so they should be a lot weaker. They have Ron Holland now. Emmanuel Quickly is their starting point guard. RJ, Randall, Mitchell Robinson. Let's see what happens here. We are going to beat them in 4, and we are in the Eastern Conference Finals just like that. We have Garland, LeVert, Burks, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. By the way, I will tell you right now, I did not look at geography before I did this. So these teams, where they're at conference-wise, could probably make no sense. I'm not even sure if Vancouver should be in the East. That probably shouldn't be that. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Somebody current round against the Cavs. Let's see if we can beat them. We're up. We're down. We're down 4-0. We lose. So, yeah, the Cavs, the Thunder, we know how it goes in 2K. They're tough to beat. I don't even think the Cavaliers have Mitchell, and they still beat us. So, yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, probably, well, actually, we have some work that we could do this offseason. Brook Lopez is going to retire on a team. We traded our picks, so obviously no draft picks is going to matter for us here. Jenkins, this is all filled out. Let's just go straight to player options. So I think the main thing I want to upgrade is my power forward spot. I don't know if I'm going to have cap space. I probably won't, but maybe I do. We'll see. Ryan Rollins, Baldwin, Mac, and then we'll extend all those. And then free agency. So do I have money? I do not. Do not have a lot of money. I could sign Patrick Baldwin back or even sign Caleb Martin. So Jalen Brunson, Sasser, Hawkins. I mean, he could get better. Jaylen Brown, Grant Williams. So, I mean, right now, I'm probably just going to re-sign my guys at this point. I don't really see any way of getting better from where we're at. So, Baldwin and then Ryan Rollins. So just sign them all to some lucrative contracts. That way, we maybe have the ability to sign them to or make trades later on. So I'm also going to sign Caleb Martin too. That will be our off season. I'm going to probably simulate till next year's trade deadline, and then if there is a trade to be made, I'll make it. I decided against making any trades at the deadline as the team was doing really good, and obviously last year when I did that, I kind of messed some things up. So I'm hoping this year, you know, being reluctant to do anything maybe plays in our favor, as Baldwin averaged 17 points per game, which is pretty wild, but I'll take it. So maybe he's established himself as a starting power forward going forward over Grant Williams, which I'm totally okay with. So we play the Charlotte Hornets in round 1. They got LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Smith, Bridges, Williams, Naz Reid, Nick Smith. They have a good team, but I'm not looking to lose in round 1, and we are going to sweep them. And we do, I was about to say, do we even have to deal with the Cavs? Unfortunately, we do. They have Crusoe, Strus, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. If we lose to the Cavs again, I'm going to be pretty upset. Let's see what happens. And we are going to beat them in 6? No, game 7. Okay, game 7 and Vancouver. Let's not lose this, please. Let's go out here and just smack them. And we are going to be in a close one. Why would we not be with the Cavaliers, as it is going to be a tie game in the 4th quarter? But we have the lead right now. Doesn't mean we are going to win, though. And we get to maybe run away with this, potentially. And we are going to beat the Cavs in 7. Let's go. And now we get the Cincinnati Lions, who have Gary Trent Murray, Franz, Bobby Portis, Trey Johnson. It's a solid team, but we're better. Somebody come around, we beat them in 4, and now we get to play the final boss of all final bosses, that being the Oklahoma City Thunder. I would definitely say that the Thunder are like the Bowser. You know, obviously, if you play Mario, you get that reference. So, here goes nothing. Do we beat the Thunder? We do. Let's go. We beat them in 5. The Thunder are always so tough to beat, but we did it. We brought Vancouver to a championship, and I feel pretty good about that rebuild win. We were going to go a little patient, but once we signed Jalen Brunson, we were off from there. So we get it done with a young Alex Sarr. Obviously, this was a 10-year rebuild. We could trade Brown and Brunson, and we could still go ahead and rebuild around Sarr. But I felt really good about how that video went. We're going to end it on that note. Hope you guys enjoyed it. 36 teams. We are the one that won a championship first in the expansion teams. Lions meet us in the conference finals, but it does not matter. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy some more in-season tournament basketball tonight. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.